Hello, this will be my coaching process vlog for this task. So the behaviour I'm going to look at and talk about is my session management and how I control the session and deal with the athlete in this. This video is recorded in time lapse, so I sort of basically videoed the whole session and wanted to get a good picture of myself and my behaviour, my communication with the athlete, the time it took to do certain things in between sets and reps, and just see it as a whole rather than isolate one sort of incident from it. So that's why it's sort of running in fast motion, as you'll see. So the thing I've sort of been aware of a little bit recently and with different athletes that I've got is that how much I communicate with them and the volume of communication that I have. Trying to think that it's all worthwhile, but sometimes the discussion between sets can probably take on too long. Some of it's very contextual about the relationship you have with the athlete, getting to know them, finding out what else is going on with this athlete in this session in particular. He'd been away competing on the weekend, hadn't seen him much in the last 2 weeks because of these things. So trying to get a feel for what the issues were with his program at the moment, where he was at, what we're looking forward to, technical things he's got, physical things he's got, some life issues that are going on outside as well. This athlete at the moment is looking to move his living environment, family associated with that as well, young baby. So it's understanding all those contexts of the athlete, the environment that they're in at the moment, and how that impacts in the quality of the session I can get from them and them to output. Then you can see periods that we're standing and talking for a fair bit, and some of that is that communication, but I feel that conscious sometimes that I let that drift too long, and then we don't step in, let's get the work done, let's get the set done, and come back out of that again. So one of the things I've sort of considered from this and reflecting is that maybe at the start, spend a bit of time just catching up with him as he's doing a bit of mobility work, or as he's entered before we even get into the session, stepping out of the gym and having a conversation about where things are at to get a feel. Touch on it during the session, but do most of it before or after the session, preferably before, to get those sort of issues sorted out, or just get a sense of where he's at, then that can change my coaching behaviour to him during the session. And I might need to be a bit more upbeat, be a bit more low key. I might need to speed the session up to get him driving a little bit more. So that's something I need to be aware of with these athletes when I don't get to see them as often, is prepare that time beforehand to do that. I think doing that will then make a more effective session. The goals and the outcomes we're looking to get out of that session will become more focused and have a better outcome of what we're physically looking to get out of, rather than what we're looking to psychologically or mentally get out of the session as well. All that takes on the point about this athlete's a visually impaired athlete, so you don't see me demonstrating a lot of cues because he hasn't got the visual acuity to pick up some of the finer points. So it's a verbal cueing that I need to do. And again, that got me thinking about the type of external, internal cueing that we give to athletes of this nature that we need to think about. How we present the information, how do we communicate it, do we give it enough time or not enough time? So it's another thing of sort of looking at this and just reflecting on the session, have thought about as well. So that's what I'll try and take forward over the coming months, and when I work with this athlete and other athletes, is trying to make sure that my behaviour is a lot better. I control the session a lot more, give them time to speak, to deal with issues, but it's probably better outside of the coaching session rather than having it done too much within it from there. So hopefully that will improve my coaching. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon.